Montgomery sister cities, bringing the world together, one friendship at a time.
Students, senior citizens, civic leaders, volunteers, and professionals from Montgomery and its sister city of Neuilly-Plaisance, France, have joined together in a meaningful partnership. Local residents visit with their French counterparts at home and abroad to establish new and lasting relationships. Special moments create special memories. French students visiting Montgomery become part of their host family's daily lives. They experience American culture firsthand.
I think on a typical day we'll probably try to get a neighborhood game of some sport, and I plan on taking him to one of the Bengals games if they're around still, and showing him that.
Well, I think my French person, and I would just do things that I would normally do so she can experience what it's like for Americans, like go to the mall and go to the movies.
Whether visiting local schools or cruising the Ohio River, the French students and their American friends participate in a variety of social activities and official welcomes. They also enjoy day trips to places like the Air Force Museum and the state capitol, and play popular games such as basketball and Nintendo.
Local senior citizens welcome the opportunity to meet and interact with French senior citizens. The director of the Sycamore Senior Center noted the significance of having seniors involved in the program. Many local seniors open their home to visitors from Neuilly-Plaisance.
You know, we see a lot of bonding here at the center with older adults to other older adults, but we've never really experienced international bonding. You know, it was, you know, you hear about the barriers that are transcended, and I think that was kind of the epitome of what happened. It was interesting to see where oftentimes the seniors that were more isolated at the center actually tried to stretch to make that bond. They felt it was an opportunity that they couldn't pass up.
But they seemed to enjoy everything that they saw, and they were, for an elderly couple, they were very, very active and very anxious to go any place that we were willing to take them. And they enjoyed themselves, I feel, as much as we enjoyed them.
It was nice that they could come with me because a lot of their activities were centered here at the Senior Center.
When they write to us, it's mostly about their family, and they send, they're very family-oriented. And they send us a lot of photographs of their family. They send us a real neat one with all their children and grandchildren stacked up, head on top of head, in a pyramid type thing the last time we got a letter from them, which was just 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were a good match, and they were good for us. We enjoyed them very much.
Yeah, we enjoyed being a host couple. It was very enjoyable. They were very enjoyable, and we had a good time with them.
Our son did quite well. I think he said the tenses were the only things that really gave him problems, but his French did come back from lessons he had had as a child of conversational French. And the children thought it was so funny to hear their father speak in a foreign language. I guess another memorable thing I thought was the last night we had a dinner over at Dolly Park, and that night, towards the end, everybody was singing back and forth to one another, and the Americans sang Auld Lang Syne in English, and they sang back in French Auld Lang Syne, and it was very touching.
The annual Montgomery 4th of July celebration symbolizes one of the greatest American qualities, independence. This day is traditionally set aside for picnics, parades, music, and fireworks, including a float constructed and presented by the exchange students. In 1990, the year of the official twinning of Montgomery and Neuilly-Plaisance, French citizens, seniors, and officials joined local residents to honor this special day. One of the highlights of the festivities was the playing of the French and American national anthems, an emotional experience for everyone. This day-long celebration mirrors the French observance of Bastille Day. While Americans celebrate freedom from rule by another country, the French commemorate the storming of the Bastille and the overthrow of the monarchy. In honor of our French sister city, the City of Montgomery, in cooperation with the Montgomery Merchants Association and the Sister Cities Committee, hosts an annual street gathering for area residents. The event spotlights local restaurants and entertainers. It's a wonderful summer party for young and old alike. Thanks to the generous support of the Montgomery community, the Sister Cities program has become a part of the lives of many of its residents. The city has reaped positive cultural and economic benefits from this ongoing enterprise. At the local level, the program serves to enhance the image of the city of Montgomery. From a global perspective, the project unites two cities rich in tradition. The Montgomery Sister Cities program has earned accolades through distinctive special events such as the French Connection. Volunteers and city workers constructed storefronts, transforming part of a local shopping area into a charming French village. And then the village came alive as visitors were treated to a stroll through a collection of shops filled with authentic French delights. The two-week event featured 25 national medal-winning French artisans, including chefs, bakers, guitar makers, master woodworkers, chocolatiers, and dressmakers. After a day of working in the village, the artisans and members of the French delegation enjoyed a friendly game of softball. Formal ceremonies at Peterloon and Historic Estate honored the special bond between the two cities. Hundreds of guests enjoyed an elegant presentation of hors d'oeuvres and pastries prepared by visiting French chefs.
How friendly all the French people were, with the smiles on their face and talking to you, whether you understood it or not.
They were excited. They had excitement all over their faces.
Events such as this add a special dimension to the Sister Cities program. The annual art contest represents another interesting facet of the program. Sponsored by Sister Cities International, local junior and senior high school students display their artwork illustrating such annual themes as peace and harmony. The winning entry is sent to Texas to be included in the international competition. The ties between Montgomery and Neuilly-Plaisance are made stronger by keeping in touch through letters.
Here is Paris, and she lives right here in Neuilly-Plaisance. This is a few pictures of her community.
A developing area of the program is encouraging informal people-to-people visits and professional exchanges.
You know, in Europe for the last 30 years, there have been sister city programs, including with very small towns like Montgomery, with European cities. In France, it started with Germany for very good reasons, you know, because of the war. And then it spread all over Europe. And to see those programs now spreading across the Atlantic, I think is very good.
Lisa von Bargen, who was an American host family member, is now an English teacher in Neuilly-Plaisance. Her activities are reported in a regular column in the local paper entitled Sister Cities Diary. Likewise, Roger Fauconnet, an artisan, spent a weekend visiting the Kentucky Horse Farm, Swaim Park, the lake at Sharon Woods, Cincinnati's Fountain Square, and the Procter & Gamble Company with his host family.
It was a lot of fun because he did not know very much English at all, and I know very little French, and so he and I would kind of follow each other along with dictionaries trying to figure out what each of the others were saying, and I found that to be kind of a lot of fun and a good experience to have.
We had a bottle of wine and cooked out, and it wasn't anything extraordinary meal-wise, but we had a good time together, being together, sharing what we could about our French experiences. We looked at pictures that Michael had brought back from his trip to France, and he talked about the people, and he expressed his ideas about the common people that we knew with the exchange program. And it was very interesting to see his perspective on different individuals and how they interacted as a group.
American students also enjoy a 2-week adventure in France. During their stay, the host families provide support and encouragement and introduce their young visitors to the fascinating sights and sounds of life in another country.
I'll try opera. Yeah, I think it's important to try things that other people think is fun, to see if you like them, to at least give it a chance.
And I remember how whenever it was just me and this boy that I was with, his name is Abdel, and we made an omelet. It's just a normal omelet. He just picked it up with his hands and dip it in ketchup and start eating it. And I liked that a lot. That was really good.
They are treated to an official welcome, a tour of Paris and Versailles, and a trip through the beautiful French countryside. A recent exchange included a memorable visit to Normandy. A special ceremony commemorated the historic 25th anniversary of the Allied invasion.
That was probably the highlight of my trip. I really enjoyed going to Normandy, and I liked going to Omaha Beach and those beaches and going to the museums and learning about the World Wars.
By the end of their visit, the students are very familiar with the residents and the town of Neuilly-Plaisance and bring home fond memories of shared experiences and new friends.
Established in 1987, the Montgomery Sister Cities program is one of 900 such programs throughout the United States. The program seeks to educate its participants about the customs, similarities, and the differences between the two cities by encouraging communication and promoting greater understanding. The Montgomery Sister Cities program does more than simply bridge two cultures, as the Montgomery City manager comments. It brings members of the Montgomery community closer by working together.
Yeah, I think the best thing about the program is that it's really brought the community together. It's provided an opportunity for a lot of people to become involved in the government and in their community that wouldn't otherwise. They can't imagine the amount that we depend on volunteers in the community. But it seems that we've been able to communicate beyond all of the differences in language and the differences in culture, that those things become secondary, that people, when you try hard enough and are pursuing the same goals, can communicate pretty easily.
The Reader's Digest Foundation has recognized the program for excellence in youth activities and promoting community awareness. Residents have a unique opportunity to view the community through the eyes of friends from another country.
It was fun to see changes in them. I'm sure they saw changes in us at the same time. Be aware that these people are ready to learn and experience your way of doing things, and that you don't have to meet any criteria. All you have to do is welcome them and do things as you would do them anyway. And that the appreciation is likely to be more than you can even imagine.
If you would like to become a part of this experience, you can lend your support in many important ways. You can act as a host, become a member of Montgomery Sister Cities, act as an interpreter, or participate in local events. Your contribution can involve as little as a few hours or something as rewarding as sharing a dinner with a French visitor.
Our communication was childlike and a lot of fun in that we used gestures a lot. We did keep dictionaries handy and we would point to words. We drew a lot of pictures. We laughed a whole lot at ourselves trying to communicate with each other. Well, I would do it again in a minute. And I would just say that to have someone in and to share with them your routine life, it might even look exciting to you.
The City of Montgomery invites you to take part in this exciting program to broaden your perspective of the world, as well as add to the quality of life in your own community. Join the Montgomery Sister Cities program and help bring the world together one friendship at a time.